So I just finished building these cabinets in my shop here, and I need a little bit of tool storage on my wall. I didn't want to go with the traditional pegboard because it doesn't look very good, to be honest with you. The pegs always fall off, it's not so good. So since I had the 3D printers, I decided to go with the Skadis wall from IKEA. You can print all the panels and then assemble them all together. So that's what I did. I printed off, I believe I got a little over 40 of them. Each one takes 2.5 hours to print and about 109 grams of filament. So out of one roll you can get 9 panels. I think it took me roughly 4 to do all of these. So we're gonna assemble these and we're gonna get it up on the wall. I'm printing the last of the connectors right now, so that's gonna take a little while. So we'll get what we can done and we'll come back and we will get the rest of the connectors out of the printer and finish it up. So let's get started and we'll take a look at what we got. So here are all the panels. I did a checkerboard with a black and a gray, and there are 44 panels here. I did 4 high and 11 long. That'll get me roughly 7.5 feet on the wall. We're gonna take these connectors, they're a 4-way connector, and we will start linking them all together. So on the first set, the screws that I got are a little bit too small and they don't grab. I couldn't find drywall screws that were 1/2 to 3/4 inch, so I'm using 1 inch. Not ideal. They poke out through the bottom. If I can't find any more, once I run out of these, I'm gonna have to take a grinder and cut off the back of the screws. So if you guys are doing this, make sure that you get 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch drywall screws or equivalent machine screws. These are just a little bit smaller diameter. They are 8 by 1/2 inch, number 8s. Maker World said that it would work, but it's a little bit too loose. So keep that in mind. So I found the easiest way to assemble these is to take all of your connectors, and they actually pop into the squares and lock together, about like that. And then you can flip the panel over and screw it in from there. I haven't locked together a full set and flipped it, so we'll see if it stays together or not. I'm not real optimistic on that. I feel like if they're gonna fall apart when I try to flip it, so we'll try it. So this is where I'm actually going to stop for right now, and I'm going to see if I can find some different screws so that I don't have them poking through and have to cut any more off with the grinder. That would be pretty sweet. And I got to wait for more of my connectors to be printed. So we'll come back tonight and we'll see if we found screws and we'll put the rest of it together. So I got the rest of the connectors printed off and we're good, but I could not find screws that were 3/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch long that would fit in these connectors. So I'm gonna have to either snip them off or cut them all off with a grinder or whatever sticking out the back side. So let's get them all put together and snip off the ends. Is what it is. There we go. That's not the most pleasant way to fix that problem, but it didn't take too long, like 5 minutes of grinding them, cutting them off. Now we can mount this on the wall and we can get to the fun part, the accessories, which I am still printing accessories. And it seems like a never-ending thing, but there are so many that you can put on here that it's insane. And I didn't even have to design any. Everybody's got all kinds of stuff already designed specifically for all types of tools. So let's get this mounted up on the wall and start putting some accessories on. So now that I do have this up here, I do notice that I messed up on placing a couple of these panels. Like these two, and these two need to be swapped around, and these two need to be swapped around. There's a few other that need to be turned to be all vertical slots. I'm not perfect, I mess up too. And I have two outlets. I have one here and one right here. I'm gonna have to either cut them out or maybe, I think there's some different size panels. Maybe I can get smaller ones to kind of cut out around that. So I'm gonna have to look into that. But I'm gonna swap these panels around after I mount this up. That way I can just unscrew them and pop them off the wall, move them where they need to go, and Bob's your uncle. So I'm gonna set this off the wall just a little bit over here, and then that will make it so that I can mount on all four corners of that outlet as well as all four corners of this outlet. So I'm going to screw it to the wall and then we'll swap some stuff around. So here's a piece of advice. When you put all these together, make for sure that you had them all in the right spot. I had to take off half of it and redo all of it. Take all the screws out and remount it, all because I had 4 of them in the wrong spot. Be for sure that you have them all vertical and alternating if you do checkerboard like I did. Make for sure you do that. It's a pain in the butt. Now I gotta put all these screws back in on the other half. Cool. At least I don't have to cut these off because they're already cut off. Sweet. You don't need to see all this. I'll come back when I get all this done. We can do some hangers. So the first one is a way to hang the Milwaukee charger right here. How to hang that on here. This is a 3-hour print and it takes about 113 grams of filament. I'm not 100% sold on this one because the tabs are actually pretty loose in the charger and I kind of want it to be able to, when I pull the battery off, that it stays on there. So we'll pop this on here and we'll see what it looks like. Mounts pretty good. The tabs line up, if I could line them up. Just like that. I'd plug it in, but of course I have my outlets covered still. So we'll work on that, but I think that's a pretty good start. And of course, what would be hanging the charger without being able to hang the batteries themselves? And these, I actually messed up. Here's a lesson when you're printing. Make sure that you do not put things too close to each other when you're printing them that have supports, because when the supports will actually adhere to the other part itself. Here's one that I've actually cleaned up. So we'll hang that up, see how that fits. It actually hangs up pretty good. Then you can just take your battery, slide the battery right onto there. Perfect. I might have to reprint these. I'm not really sure. I think I may be able to clean them up and cut off all the supports. But yeah, do not put things too close to each other on the build plate when you're printing stuff. you'll have issues. And I run a lot of M12 as well as M18, so you can print the battery holders for the M12s as well. And we'll put these, we'll put them right below the M18s. That pops on there like that. And the batteries drop right in them. I'll grab a couple more quick. Here's 2 more. Good thing about this stuff is you can just move them wherever you want. That one was hitting the battery. There we go. M18s and M12s. So here's one that I was actually a little bit nervous on. You can hang your M12 tools off of here. These I actually printed in ABS, and I did 5 walls for added strength. If you're going to be hanging tools on there, you want to make sure that it's going to be strong and it's not going to sag or nothing. So I did print these in ABS. And then your tools go right on there. That's pretty cool. So the next on the list is combination squares. You can hang basically anything on this wall, and everybody has prints already designed for you. All you have to do is click print. These again, this was on the same plate as the battery chargers, and I actually got support stuck on them too. One of the most grabbed thing is a screwdriver. These are screwdriver holders. I inset them on red so that it'll kind of stand out a little bit. The holders print separately, so you can just slide them right in. I'll probably throw a little super glue on these just to hold them in place. There's one. And there's the second. And then you just take your screwdrivers. There we go. You can print as many of them as you want. And honestly, there are probably 40 or 50 different screwdriver holders that you can get for the Skadis wall. Take a look on the Maker World and see what you can find. Along the same lines as screwdrivers and drills and everything else, one of the most grabbed things is a bit for your drill or impact. This has everything honeycombed out, so you can just drop your most used bits right in there. And we'll hang this, let's say right in here. About like that. Most people have a multitude of bits, so we'll just throw a bunch in there. You can come back later, you can organize these however you like. How many does that fit? That fits probably 15, 20 bits. More than enough to what you're gonna want to just grab on a daily basis. From the same person, you can get all these pretty cool looking holders for whatever you want to throw in it. You can throw pens and pencils in there. Another one, you just want to throw random stuff in it. Obviously you want to organize stuff a little bit better, but you never know. There you go. Skadis wall, it looks pretty cool. It's very, very versatile, and honestly, most of this stuff is not going to come off. It's on there unlike regular pegboard. I absolutely detest pegboard. Pegboard, the hooks always fall off. It looks really crappy, and you know what? I feel like this looks pretty good with the checkerboard, and you can make it any color you want because you're 3D printing them. I'll leave a link in the description to all of the mounts that I have used. And if you want to go find more than I used here, because I plan on filling this whole wall with just really cool stuff. And it's going to be more organized and efficient when I'm building stuff. So if you guys like this video, give it a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.